Okay, let's talk cold showers. I haven't done that for a while. And the missed opportunity. Let me read you a comment from Timmy on my YouTube channel this morning. He said, I'm doing cold showers on and off for months. I still hate it. Plus the benefits only last an hour or so. Then it's back to being depressed again. So first of all, I feel you, Timmy. I understand. And just know that you're not alone when it comes to anxiety, stress, depression. Everybody's on this anxiety-ometer. Everybody's feeling it right now. You are amongst many, and I think you probably know this, I would imagine. Whether that helps, I hope it does. Second of all, when it comes to the statement there, I still hate it, here's a little trick. If, first of all, you still hate it, but you're making yourself do it every day, well done you, congratulations. Second of all, there is a little trick that you can do that will mean that you stop hating it. And that is the following. It's really simple. When you're next in the cold shower, you need to say to yourself positive statements, positive affirmations. So even now, it's kind of a natural thing for me, even after these years of doing it, I still in the shower go, yes, feels good. And that could just be in my mind, or it might be audible. Sometimes, in fact, most of the time, I'm doing these kind of Viking-like chants of, hey, yo, and just, really just make it a positive experience as I'm experiencing the cold and it's hitting my body. I'm making positive noises, positive statements. The reason why I do this, and I figured this out early on, is that it tricks the brain. At the moment, your brain remembers the dopamine curve that kicks in after the cold shower. That's the bit that we're going to come to in a second. However, it doesn't like the bit during the cold shower. So what it's doing before you then normally go and have your cold shower or ice bath or jump in an ice river is that it's then bringing up fear-based statements of, oh, you don't like this, you remember what it's like last time, and therefore it's telling you, you hate this, you don't want to do it. Now, if you're forcing yourself to do it, even with those messages, that tells me already that you've got something up here that if you work on just a little bit more, you've got the discipline, you've got the commitment, so well done you. However, you can make it easier for yourself by doing all of that positivity stuff. And it does get easier. And the more you do that, there'll be a point at which you no longer get those responses beforehand of, oh, don't do it today. You know you hate it. It's going to feel bad. You will be able to get over that first. After I replied to Timmy, he then said, yes, the point is, I think this Wim Hof method works, but is overhyped. Cold showers and breathing are a quick fix, but when you're stuck in a rut that seems impossible to get out of, these methods aren't much good. Now, I disagree with that, Timmy, but I understand where you're coming from. The point is this. There is no panacea. If you're going out there in the world right now feeling really rubbish and thinking, there's got to be something that will cure me, there's got to be something that will fix me, there isn't. There isn't one thing that will fix you. Now, you can be fixed, but there isn't one thing that's going to do it. There is no panacea. Breath work, cold showers, spending time in nature, movement flow, rituals, meditation, mindful practice, the list goes on. You now need to figure out how you want to exist, making use of all of those different practices. Now, you don't have to do every single one of those. You pick the ones that resonate, that feel good, that make you feel good, that don't feel like a chore. Now, here comes the missed opportunity. After your cold shower, as we've pointed out earlier, you are then going to experience this physiological change where your body produces more dopamine. When you've got that dopamine curve that really does hit you pretty much 15 minutes after your cold shower, you've then got about 2 or 3 hours of this extra dose of dopamine. That's going to make you feel committed, disciplined. It's going to make you think, right, what can I do? I've got to do something about my life. I've got to change my job, change my relationship, whatever it might be. You're in this doing mode. That's the opportunity that you now need to make the most of. So rather than in that doing mode, you sit there mulling over life, but in a kind of semi-positive way, this is when you build in the next practice into your life. Now, that could be, as I said, movement flow. Be careful, of course, with movement flow, because your muscles are going to be cold, so you don't want to do anything jarring or anything too stressful on the muscles. Let your body warm up first of all. It could be doing some breath work. It could be doing some form of meditation or mindful activity. It could be spending time in nature, going for a walk, slowing down that walk, making it a breath walk or sensory walk. The list really does go on, and you now need to think, what's next? This is where the habit stacking method comes in, and if you haven't come across that before, I'll tell you about it now. The habit stacking method is such a simple idea. What it does is it makes use of your brain state when it's in an accepted state of doing. So in the morning, most of us brush our teeth. Most of us have a shower, be that a cold or warm one, and therefore our brains know that this is a daily activity that it doesn't question. It just knows that this is a healthy practice. It's a positive practice. And therefore, when you're in that state of doing without questioning, in other words, your brain doesn't, say, oh, don't brush your teeth today. You make use of your brain in that state to say, after I've brushed my teeth, or after I've had my cold shower, whatever it is, I will ... And that's when you insert the next practice that you want to build into your life that you know is going to make you feel good. So the point here, Timmy in particular, is this. Now you've done an incredible exercise, that cold shower. By the sounds of it, I think you do breath work. If you don't do it every day, I recommend that you do. But I'm going to come to a point here in a second about the kind of breath work I think you should do. Now you need to say, okay, now I'm in this doing mode, this dopamine curve. That's when I'm going to build in the next practice. And then after a while, you then build in another practice if you've got time. And this is how you're going to get out of that rut that you've mentioned. And that other people watching this, I'm sure, are in the same boat. That rut is something that will hold you down unless you build in these practices and that you have an intention about changing how you exist and how you move through the world, how you interact with other people. There's lots of things that you could do, and if you want to hook me up, and I've just used an American term there, haven't I? If you want to contact me, do. And we can work in some one-to-one sessions, and you can learn about different techniques, different practices that you can build into your day that when practiced every day, make a significant change to your mind and your body. Back to breath work. The Wim Hof method is amazing. So is SOMA Breath. It's pranayama. It's sometimes with SOMA Breath, it could be Kapalbhati. It's a variety of different practices. If you're doing, though, that hyperventilating that comes with the Wim Hof method, and then the exhale, breath hold, inhale, breath hold, that whole breath practice is putting a stress on the mind and the body. Now, to somebody that doesn't experience much negativity, that is flowing through their life, that's fairly positive, that stress response is really good because it allows the body and the mind to adapt and change and grow and become resilient. However, if you're somebody that suffers from stress, anxiety, depression, that kind of breath work, in my opinion, is not something you want to do. And in fact, it could exacerbate your condition. Better to do the kind of breath work that is parasympathetic. So the likes of Buteyko, the likes of conscious breathing, the likes of just breathing, slowing it down. There's a video on my channel that you can follow that does exactly that. Those are the breathwork practices that you want to do when you're feeling rubbish. Ujjayi is another one. So that's my advice to you, Timmy, but it's advice to everybody, really, that I know is going through a bit of poo right now, that is hoping these cold showers are the absolute panacea and cure-all, which of course they're not. But they will give you a window of opportunity to do something else with your life, to build in a new practice, and to create this new routine that will get you out of the rut that you're in right now. Anyway, I hope that helps. Now, a few things to mention. If you have experienced trauma, PTSD, remember that I do have my 4-week online program, and that is daily practice. It's lessons, it's practices around cognitive behavioral therapy, clinical hypnotherapeutic practice, neurolinguistic programming practice, meditation, mindfulness, breath work, all crammed into 4 weeks. And it really will take you from a point of being attached to this negative memory that you've had in the past, and it will move you through to unlocking those psychological chains. So I'll drop a link for that if you're interested, and I'll drop a discount code as well that will give you 20% off. Second of all, I'm creating an audio course all about de-stressing the mind. It is purely audio based. There's going to be a link below where you can register your interest. So if I get enough people interested in this, I'll then make it. It's going to be a negligible cost to you, that is. I think this could be something that would be helpful to a lot of people. And it's all the stuff that I do that keeps my mind and body in the right state. Also, there are links below for SOMA Breath if you are looking to become an instructor in breathwork, or maybe you just want to learn some more breathwork. There will be a link below that again will give you a discount to the various courses at SOMA Breath. Equally, maybe you're somebody that wants to learn more about how to create more flow in your life, to learn how to experience flow state and encourage those flow state experiences. And in which case, you can learn all about flow-based practice. There's a link below for that as well, and a discount. There's various other links below as well, so do check those out. In particular, NMN, which is the nicotinamide mononucleotide that I take, which you've probably heard of, no doubt, from David Sinclair and various others. And there we are. Right, over and done. Promo done. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps, and goodbye for now.